caution 2 hours before kick-off. The pitch is firm. It's a raw northeastern afternoon, but the bounce of the ball is certain to be awkward. Palace on the attack first of all. Armstrong. This is McGoldrick. Showed too much of that to Olsson. Emerson underneath it. Didn't quite find his midfield partner. Oh, he's got a good touch on him, Andy Saville. Oh, and he's lifted that over the top. Trying to find Olsson. And the bounce is awkward. And that time it favoured Palace. Coleman needs a bit of support. Geoff Thomas breaking forward, the first real chance. Great stop by the youngster. Out of play by Eric Young. What a... Saville. That's a flick out to Southall. Faced by Humphrey. McGoldrick timed his tackle to perfection. He just stood off Eddie McGoldrick. He's had an impressive first half for Crystal Palace, and he's been busy too. Emerson. That's Richard Shaw's clearing header. That's awkward. And that was a good opportunity for Dean Emerson. Nigel Martyn had stayed on his goal line. The ball speculatively knocked forward by Ryan Cross. And while others waited, Eric Young watched. Emerson got to it first and might well have made more of that sort of range. MacPhail getting the better of Armstrong, and Hartlepool back in possession. Saville. Oh, Cross got a fortunate rebound. Still Cross. Oh, and he nearly got it through to Johnrose. Good tackle by Gilchrist. Oh, a real scrap going on. Play waved on. Well, there was a fortunate rebound when Cross got forward. He looks as though he'd lost it with two Palace players ahead of him, but it ran very kindly, and he almost managed to squeeze it through to Lee Johnrose. Saville. This is Brian Honour. Whipped in by Olsson. Oh, Johnrose! That was the opportunity, surely, for Lee Johnrose. Emerson will take it. Looking for Johnrose. Oh, it was going in, was it? Martyn looks just a little bit slow in getting down. Maybe he was being absolutely positive and making sure there wasn't an awkward bounce. Corner Hartlepool. Didn't get past the first defenders. Corner number 2. And in a crowd of just under 7,000, there are barely 600 carrying the colours of Crystal Palace. Coleman trying to defend the near post and does so successfully. Corner number 3. Andy Saville again making a nuisance of himself by that near post. This time it's hit much longer. And this time it's Geoff Thomas who turns it over. Corner number 4. Desperate defending for Palace. And Geoff Thomas now going to stand alongside John MacPhail. Played in by Honour. Header out was by Eric Young. Hartlepool throw. Second half. And there's not a thought in anybody's mind for the tricky conditions. Nobody pulling out of challenges, nobody pulling out of tackles. Johnrose's header, this time it loops over. Knocked in by Ryan Cross. And this time it got right underneath it. Martyn just shepherding it over the bar. The Palace are really pinned back in their own half at the moment. Yes, appeals for an obstruction, and it's given. Is it? Well, I think he's pointed at the penalty spot. It looked at the first instance as though he'd possibly blown for an obstruction. But there's no doubt that Mr. Gallagher has given a penalty. Well, there's a push by Richard Shaw on Southall, which some may have interpreted as an obstruction, but it's a foul, it's a free kick, and Andy Saville places the ball on the spot, and Crystal Palace are stunned. Nigel Martyn to face Hartlepool top goal scorer Andy Saville. The second division side lead against the team from the Premier League, but it will rankle with Crystal Palace. It looked as though Shaw half tried to get out of the way. There was no doubt there was a contact between him and Nicky Southall. But was it worth a penalty? The referee makes a decision. He says yes. 1-0 Hartlepool. And the header on by Chris Coleman was tame. A minute of time added on for injuries. Already been played. The referee has his whistle out. That's it. Hartlepool are the giant killers of the third round, beating Steve Coppell's Crystal Palace by 1-0. And the Palace players involved in furious protests at the referee at the final whistle. And Richard Shaw, who was adjudged to have conceded the penalty, needing to be restrained. But Hartlepool don't mind.